Chris Paul does a lot of trash talking in games, misspelling players' names on purpose, a few dirty moves, and a lot of disrespect. But he didn't know that one player he should not disrespect could backfire on him, and this player is Stephen Curry. In 2018, the Dubs went to the finals of the conference against the Rockets. That series was on fire. No team led the series with more than one victory, letting the series be more exciting than it already would be. At that time, the Warriors were still a huge hype, after winning the championship in 2017, building their dynasty. And Chris Paul showed no love to Curry, especially when he did this in Game 5. The Houston Rockets won this game, leading the series 3-2. But as we know, Chef Curry and his crew turned things around and won that series in Game 7, and later, they would be champions again. But this is not the real disrespect that Chris Paul did with Stephen Curry. This just spiced things a little bit. The real one was way worse, and it happened in the following year. The Warriors faced the Houston Rockets in the semifinals of the conference. The Warriors were leading the series 3-2, so in this Game 6, the Warriors had the opportunity to close the series in the Rockets' house. So the two-times MVP, showing his commitment with the series, asked one of the Warriors' managers, Eric Housen, to book the Toyota Center from 7 to 8 p.m. so he can practice some shots before the game. But, for some reason, Chris Paul became aware of what Curry wanted to do, so he decided to screw up Curry's workout by arriving to the court before Stephen. When Curry got there, he saw Chris Paul already doing some shots. So when he offered they could split the court so both could practice, CP3 disclaimed Curry's request and kicked him out the court. Well, of course CP3 was trying to get inside Stephen's head here, to let him lose his mind and lose the focus on the game. And at the time, Chris Paul thought he did the smartest thing, but it seems that later, backfired on him. A simple gesture would unleash a beast in Curry. So when it came to game time, it seemed that CP3's weird plan was working very well. Curry had a first half with 0 points, having a shooting slump as in some previous game. Chris Paul was probably feeling like a genius at the time, thinking that game belonged to them. But that was Curry dust off, and showed why he is the two-times MVP. At the beginning of the second half, Curry was calmly doing a few layups and floaters in the paint. But when he found himself up, he finally would make Paul regret his action. He did his three-point shot, and did something unusual. Usually Curry took off in the third quarter, but this time, he did only in the fourth one. But when he did, neither CP3 or the Rockets could stop him.
Curry long distance. Curry to the basket. Nice. Curry launches a three-pointer. Curry on the drive, gets past, layup, thanks. Curry with Tucker right with him. Curry launches a three.
So this is how he ended the game. After having a first half scoreless, Curry ended the game scoring 33 points, shooting 9 of 20 from the field, 11 free throws, and 4 of 11 from three-point. And the most spectacular was that 16 points were just in the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, making 21 that period. So after Curry went to the locker room, he gave CP3 a taste of what off he deserved, by saying, well, that is bars. After that, Chris Paul got asked this about Curry.
What'd you think of the way that you guys defended Curry? There were times when he was real quiet, gets kind of hot at the end. What do you think of the way you guys defended?
Yeah, they just started at the end running ball screen with him and Draymond. And Draymond was slipping it. We let Steph get a couple butt-naked layups. Clay moving, hitting big shots. And it's funny because everybody, you know.
Was it my impression, or he just didn't want to give Stephen credit? I think next time, Chris Paul will think twice before doing something like this to Curry. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more. I am a very small channel and want to bring more content to you. Thank you. And before we end here, do you know how LeBron James ended Gilbert Arenas' career? Click on the video on the screen and figure it out.